Welcome to Getting a Grip on Things. This is James, the thinking contractor, with Elijah, the underpaid producer. And today we got an awesome show for you guys. We're going to be talking about the struggles of being a man in 2023. This is a real struggle. We've all, been going through the pains of, I guess, feminism.
And I'm still going through the pains of puberty.
Yeah, I'd say that. You can tell by your facial hair.
Yeah.
What happened to your mustache, dude?
I shaved it.
I know, it looks ridiculous now.
I just felt gross, I guess. I got stuff stuck in it, and I was like, ugh.
Dude.
So I just shaved it. I just did a reset.
I know, but I feel like what's above your lip right now it's coming back. I don't know, dude.
It'll take some time.
Yeah. I can smell your mustache from here, though, right now. It just reeks.
Sorry, man.
Of low T. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about...
It's only going to take a month to grow back.
A month, dude. Listen, if I take a dump and pushed real hard, I'd get hemorrhoid. My hemorrhoid would get hair and my upper lip would. It would grow an inch just if I push. All right, so yeah, enough of that. So we're going to talk about being a man, what it's like, some of the struggles. We have a guest coming on today. His name is Eric Tansey. He's with Failure to Stop. Everybody, Eric Tansey. What's going on, man?
Let's go. Hey, don't make fun of my facial hair.
Oh, no. I don't see any.
I could go without shaving for 3 months and you wouldn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Wouldn't even be able to tell.
I always thought you had scruff. I mean, I watched a bunch of your episodes. You always have scruff going on, though, don't you?
No, never.
Really? It just seems like you're because you're like...
He's always looked like a baby face.
Well, he pulls it off because he's like military cop like that. I got to stay clean shaven, so you actually wouldn't know. You know what I mean?
No, I even when I was under special operations and we were allowed to have beards and stuff.
Really?
Everybody would have these gnarly man beards, and I would look just like this.
You were the one that was wearing full face respiration when they
just
were
just the Gerber baby.
This is a true story. They had to fire an interpreter because on the side he was trying to negotiate a kidnapping because I had the face of a baby.
Stop.
Yeah, serious. I'm serious. They called me face of baby, and they were like,
dude.
I'm serious. And they came in one day and they're like, Eric, we need you in the talk. And I was like, whoa, what's going on over there? So I walk into the talk, and they had this dude zip tied in there, and they were like, hey, this guy's out. We just want to let you know that they were trying to coordinate kidnapping you, and they were calling you the face of baby. They said we could make much money.
Are you serious?
Much money with you in Pakistan. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. It would have been like...
I'm just kidding.
Oh God, thank you. That's awful.
You gotta finish his introduction.
I don't even know. Okay, thanks for coming on, Eric. Our next part.
I'm a victim, dude.
All right, so listen, Eric does Failure to Stop. It's an intense, awesome show. It's funny. I've been watching it a lot lately.
And I produce every single audio now.
For years now.
For literal years.
Yeah, it's good. So check it out. It's really, really good. It's called Failure to Stop. Eric also has C- Media. He has 27 kids, 3 of which are black, and his wife swears that they're his. But just kidding. Dude, tell me, you do have a lot of kids, though, don't you? Elijah said you had 15.
Just pouring some coffee. I have 5 kids.
5 kids, dude. That's awesome.
So many.
It's not, though, dude. Listen, I swear, Eric, do you feel judged for having 5 kids? Does it?
Bro, I am at the point now where I'm annoyed by it.
Really?
There was a woman who came in with blue hair. Yeah, no, I'm actually, I don't get offended easily. Yeah, right. I mean, you can make fun of anything. My wife, my mom, my kids. I really don't care. But there has been 2 things that have been really bothering me lately.
Yeah.
And it's all of the jokes about, oh, you know how that happens, right? And look, I get it. I've got 5 kids. But there's a bit of truth behind their joking.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point where, kids are so beautiful. They're so amazing. And I love them so much. And it's got to wear on them. Imagine being a 10-year-old kid and everybody that meets you is like, God, why do you have so many kids? Why do you have so many kids? Oh, you know how that happens, right? Don't, leave her alone. Get off of her. 1, my wife likes sex. And I enjoy it too.
Right?
Sorry.
At least 5
3,
times.
we enjoy having kids.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Dude, it's not even, you know what's funny about this? Is if we would 20 years ago, this wouldn't even have been a conversation. 30, 40 years ago. It's only in the past, I'd say 15 to 20 years, it's become a stigmatism to have more kids. It was really normal to have 4, 5, 6 kids back in the day. Our culture sucks, dude.
Yeah,
it's absolutely
it's funny
ridiculous.
I grew up with 3 like siblings, and people would always be like, "Wow, you have a lot of siblings. How do your parents do it?" I'm like, I don't know. They just hit us when we misbehave, and then we're like back to normal.
But that same mindset is going. They're like saying, "I have 2 kids. I could barely deal with them." Like, what do you think your 2 kids are thinking right now?
They hate it. They hate hearing that crap.
Yeah,
like, that sucks. Like, we're that big of a pain in the ass to you?
Well, dude,
you didn't want to have any more?
Listen, to be honest with you, when Elijah and I were talking about having you on, one of the reasons is because you have 5 kids. It's and I'm going to say this right at the beginning of our show. The most masculine thing a man can do in 2023 is get married, have kids, and stick around and be a father. And be a dad, dude, and a husband. That is the most masculine thing you can do right now. And it's fact. I mean, it's not just an opinion right now. Statistically, you are going to live longer. Your kids are going to live longer. They're going to have better lives. And we're going to dive into this right now. We're going to go in.
I also just realized that I forgot to hit record on StreamYard.
So you did record locally though, right?
I did, but I won't have Eric's face for the beginning.
You are such an underpaid. We're going to talk about being a man 2023. I've got to bring in our next guest.
For one of our favorite segments.
Yes. Tony. Ask Tony.
He's in our studio today.
Yeah, we don't have him. We're not calling him today. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's going on, buddy?
Where do I look here?
Look at the camera, dude.
Okay.
Look at the camera. All right, so Tony's here. Obviously,
this guy's my favorite character. Where did you find this
it's
guy?
not a character. It's
he's legit, real dude. I love it.
Anthony is real life.
He's like Lazaro Lopez. Like, you can't.
Oh, he is.
Oh my god.
You don't know.
Can't make that up.
You don't know who Lazaro Lopez is, but he like plays paintball in like a league, and it's just around women constantly.
Really?
Yeah, it's like.
Oh,
really
he's incredible.
weird.
He's incredible. He works for Drinking Bros Network. He's and like I've been around the globe with the guy, been to many events, and he is a soul to the earth. But like, dude, he's the real dude. He's like you. Like, you can't. It's so funny all the time. Like,
you got a picture of Anthony? We found a mushroom.
So yeah, we found I
swear to God, we went out fishing with Anthony. We found this mushroom.
It looked like a penis.
What was it called? It was called a
stinkhorn or something.
Stinkhorn. The mushroom was called a stinkhorn. Anthony would not stop touching it. It smelled so bad.
I want to harvest those from your house and just start wearing them as like a musk to attract the women.
Oh gosh. So it's 2023. Do you have that statistic, or not statistic? It's a slide of what's possible now that it actually is happening.
This?
Yes. Penis transplants have been performed, but they are not yet routine procedures. Is penis transplant possible? Yes, it is. Anthony, I have a question for you.
Oh my gosh.
If your life depended on it,
Yes.
would you ever donate your penis to somebody else?
I mean, yeah, but who the hell would want that?
A bunch of women.
You're all the women that you're swiping. You're talking to a lady right now while we're in studio. I know that you're still texting her.
That thing's old, used and abused. No one wants that. Maybe if it was like some basketball player or something. But you can order them online now, is basically what you're saying?
No, I mean, it's only been done, I think, it's not really successful. It's not like routine. But if your life depended on it, though, dude, would you give it up? Like a kidney?
No.
So
So
your
what's the point of living
your
after
life
that?
Depends on it, dude. Did you say what's the point of living?
Exactly.
There are so
he's got a point.
Like in 2023, there's not much things going for us. So like losing that would be pretty shitty, I feel.
Christopher Reeve's Superman was paralyzed from the neck down, dude. He lived what, 15 years?
Yeah, but what was that quality of life like?
Right.
I don't know.
That had to have been super dumb.
He still had his penis too, so
Hey,
where is this going?
You guys put some more steak in my penis?
Stop. We just got dinged. It's over. We've just pissed off 3 groups of people.
I'm sorry.
At least he gets
I just wanted to donate my penis for science.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You have a prized hog, Tony?
A prize dog.
Prized hog.
Yes.
It has not won any county fairs, but it took some hogs down. That's for sure.
Took some hogs down. Wait, are you talking about men?
No. He's never been in a bar down river.
All right, dude. So let's get into this. So, Eric, you've got 5 kids. I noticed that your boys skate. That's for me. I'm going to be honest with you, and you give me your opinion. Is skating masculine? I know chicks do it, but they don't do it as well as boys. I mean, I'm being honest, dude.
No, dude, I'll disagree.
Really? Okay, I want to hear your opinion on it.
Women are throwing down.
Are they really?
Oh yeah. Reese Nelson. If you got a video of Reese Nelson, pull her up. She's 10 years old. She just won best trick at the X Games. 10 years old. My kids have skated with her. They've had her on her podcast. They did the vert showdown, but literally she's so good that Tony Hawk
Really?
paid for her to move to California.
Really?
At age 9, he brought her there with her family.
So
she's kind of like under the birdhouse.
That's awesome, dude. Because listen, when I was a kid growing up,
Here, I got a video right here.
All right, I
it's
wanna
going to
see
be
this.
kind of loud for us.
Dude,
Is electrifying. We're 25,000 people deep as Reese Nelson is dropping into back-to-back 540s. I'm going to hand it back to you guys. Tony's obviously got something to say.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Now, I just want to like you have no idea how tall that ramp is. That ramp is probably the size of your roof.
yeah,
It's 13 and a half feet tall.
Right.
and vert. So there's about a foot of vert, which means vertical, like completely vertical. So when she hangs her board over, like when she's in the air like that, that's really cool.
Right.
But when she lands, she's going to land into transition and slide out. But when she hangs her board over that coping like she did, that's actually a way more impressive trick, because if the board hangs up from there, she falls 13 and a half
oh
feet.
for sure. And she's
It's
small
insanity,
too.
dude. Oh, she's 10. She's 10 years old. She's a wonderful soul. We got to hang out with her for a couple of days, and I mean, there's Lizzie Armano. She's a big street skater. She's like 18 or 19, I guess. I mean, maybe a little bit older now. Yeah, she's probably like 23 or 24. But yeah, dude, I'll say the girls are throwing down pretty freaking hard these days in skateboarding.
Really? So it's funny because when I look back at when it started when I was younger, I'm 48 years old. It was a male dominant sport, right?
Sure.
You look into it now, and it's funny. Skating is because you have 2 boys that skate, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, three boys. That
3
skate.
boys that skate.
Yeah, 3 sponsored skaters.
So, and I wanted to bring this up because in a world where there aren't very many male dominated, I mean, aside from like the pro sports, right? Things like you would consider like extreme games and stuff, women are coming into everything. I mean, dude, we have, there's men going into the women's weightlifting categories, but you don't see really a lot of women crossing over into the male sports. But
No, I mean maybe rugby, and I'll say
Really?
that women's rugby,
I guess
women's
so.
rugby is equally. It's I think the only female sport besides skateboarding that I could if you were like MMA as well. Like if you were like, hey, would you rather watch this woman fight or this guy fight? Like sometimes I'll pick the woman depending on who it is. But yeah, man, if you pull up women's rugby player broken nose and play that video. Her name is Paige. I forgot her name. Just because it's super.
Hold on. I've seen this before.
Just an incredible video. But the women's all black team.
Yeah.
Portia. The woman. Her name is Portia. She's an animal. She's super fun to watch. Yeah. Watch this video right here.
Up that wide to the left. Comes in. Oh, and a nice tackle there. And it looks like number 3.
Yeah. Georgia
down
Page is her
for
name.
Lindenwood.
So she's gonna make this
She's up
tackle.
again.
She's the little blonde.
Yep.
He's up
She's
again,
running
back
back.
into play as best
Watch
she
her
can.
just
It's a little bit
smoke
bloodied
this
up in the
large
face.
chick right here. She's gonna come in right
Georgia
out of.
Page, that is, for
Here she comes
Lindenwood.
right in from the screen.
Back in the game
right here.
here.
Boom,
And she's
just
gonna
a
make
massive hit.
Enormous tackle.
Hold on, she's gonna clear that
Wow,
ruck.
clears
Just
out the
blow
ruck
that
as
up. Now
well.
watch this.
What toughness from
Watch
Georgia
this.
Page.
Watch her.
Yeah.
Watch. She's
Dude.
gonna spit her teeth out.
That's
Oh, there it
hardcore,
goes.
man.
Here it comes. Hold on. It gets better. This is like one of the most motivating things I've ever seen in my life. No!
What the heck?
No, how did they cut the best part out? She
Hold on,
spits her freaking teeth out.
Are you serious?
It's like super famous. Here it goes. Yeah, this is it right here. Look at that face, dude. Watch. Here it comes.
Oh my god! I just saw it. I just saw it.
Bro, let's go. She's an animal. She never left the field. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, Elijah,
Georgia Page, bro.
Play that video of the girl playing soccer. Let's just do it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Check this out, Eric.
Oh, I'm gonna mute it though. Hold on, let me add it because it has copyrighted.
Yeah, we
music.
can.
Oh, she yanks this bitch's hair.
Watch this, dude.
I love this video.
She's freaking
Kicks.
violent, dude.
Dude, love it.
Watching women's
'em,
soccer
dude.
can be fun too.
Just
It
watch.
can be. It can be.
This right
Better
here.
than men's. Yeah.
Boom.
Not today, bitch.
So
No fucks given. I'm for it, dude. I'm for it. Like that, you'll never see that shit in men's soccer.
Yeah, you
The
won't.
Men's soccer, they're such
Dude.
pussies.
do you think we're ever going to see women incorporated into men's sports? And this will transition nicely into our conversation. I want to know what you think about that. Is it headed that way? They
I think
want
the good
it.
news is that they've tried to do it with surfing. And
Wrestling.
women's surfing is amazing, but they over promote it. Well, I'm sorry, they under promote it, but they over market it, meaning that there's 17 women's brands and there's fucking 10 women doing
Yep.
it. You know what I mean? So like 7 of those brands are going to go under. Well, it's going to cause all the brands to go under because the money is so like dispersed out. I think the cool thing about women's skateboarding is that it's not really branded. The women's brand falls into the men's brands.
Yeah.
And they just share a brand.
Yeah.
And so I think that's more sustainable. And the women aren't like, that's the great thing about skateboarding. It's individual effort and it's individual style. And it's so hard to say like who's a better skater
Yeah.
than somebody. I'm really learning that. And so competitive skateboarding is almost a joke because because there's so many styles. There's transition, there's street, flip tricks, bold tricks, vert tricks. There's so many different styles of skateboarding. How can you say that, my 10-year-old will tell my 8-year-old that my 10-year-old's better because my 8-year-old cannot kickflip yet.
Right.
But my 8-year-old can get out of the bowl in the air over my head. Like his wheels and board will be horizontal above my head flying out of a vert ramp, and my 10-year-old can't. So I'm like, well, what's cooler, like him launching 15 feet in the air or you flipping a board around? They're both really freaking cool,
Right.
but
So I think
how do you judge which one's better?
you can't, but because it's about physicality, but it's about technique as well. You're judging things, but I think the hard part of this is men are different than women, and when women are bleeding into men's sports like wrestling, I mean, I could show you 10 videos of girls just getting owned on a wrestling
Or
match.
it's like the
well, I think women just need to be separated from the guys.
But see,
you know?
but I believe that what they're trying to do right now, and this is part of a struggle of being a man in 2023, is that they're bringing everything together. And dude, let's show the video of my daughter moshing. So we are in a sea of dudes, and I've got a 15-year-old at this death metal concert.
Let me get my daughter up.
So watch this. She grabs her selfie stick, and she goes fearless. This was fit for a king. It was awesome. She was terrified. This is her first time doing it too.
That's brave for a girl to do that. 'cause,
Yeah.
like all the shows I go to, they all get groped.
Oh,
and
they do. Well, the cool thing
fingered
was,
and everything else.
yeah, and everybody was really cool at the show. But I wanted to bring this up. Moshing has changed from when I was a kid to now. It's way more peaceful. It's not
It's
as
so friendly, isn't
It
it?
is.
Like
It's
people
like-
knock you over, they're like, dude, sorry.
Oh yeah, they pick people up, dude. We used to I would leave bloody. People would leave
every time,
bruised.
every
It's
time.
not
The back
like
of your
that.
head was always
everybody
fucking
I
bloody.
knew was like would get knocked out.
My wife, one of the first dates we went on in Tampa, Florida, we went to go see Horace the Band and Norma Jean.
Norma Jean,
and-
yes, dude. Those
Yeah,
guys.
it was gnarly, dude. And we came back to the house. She had 2 black eyes, broken glasses, and her shirt was ripped down. And my wife's a dainty little thing, and her dad was waiting up, and I dropped her off, and her dad was just staring at me. And here's his daughter with 2 swollen black eyes, busted glasses. I'm like, that was not me.
Yeah,
your
dude.
daughter's insane.
I think it helped me being on the floor because I was kind of standing there and
Yeah,
everybody was
yeah.
I'm a lot bigger than everybody.
You're like, fuck around.
Find
bitch.
out. Exactly. I stood with her. Anthony, what do you think about this, man? Do you think that I want to ask you, do you think that women are trying to incorporate they're trying to just make it a unisex across the board sports?
I think it depends. If it's skill based or he was talking about skateboarding, absolutely, because it's kind of hard to judge. But if it's based on I say characteristics of a man or a woman? Probably not, because they're never going to be.
But they're trying.
They're trying, but like as you said, in like wrestling, I don't think they can be as strong. I mean, they can, but for the most part, like you're showing those videos of like the swimmers and stuff. There's some genetics that we're always going to have the edge, but not always. I guess it depends.
I don't know,
what sport it is.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I really think that the end game here is to make it all one, and I don't think it's gonna. I mean, dude.
Well, Joe Rogan believes that we'll slowly, with the the Elon Musk like Neuralink thing, that we're all gonna just communicate to ourselves like through our heads, and then be able to make each other orgasm and have babies in pods through our brains.
Transhumanism.
And then,
do you have that clip of that guy talking?
And then we all have just one. We're all aliens. We lose our penises and vaginas because we don't need them anymore.
Interesting.
That's his theory.
I see the movie WALL-E happening very soon. That's like my favorite kids movie. Like, I think kids movies have the biggest thing. We're all gonna be fat fucks on pods floating around.
Where our Slurpee falls over, but we can't reach it on the ground 6 inches as we hover above it. We've got this testosterone chart, and this was back from a while ago. But if you go, it's funny, if you Google is men's testosterone low, the first couple will tell you that it's not. They'll tell you that soy this is the Google machine at its finest, lying to us. They'll tell you that soy does not affect men's testosterone. But then if you go down after like 5 of the top hits, everyone after that tells you indefinitely soy affects men's testosterone.
Dude, I've got a vegan. There's a vegan guy that we know.
Yeah.
And I made a comment. I was like, I'm not raising soy boys. He's like, there's nothing wrong with soy. And I'm like, dude, you're the most feminine skater I fucking know.
Lady boys.
Like, your style is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good. He's fine. I mean, he's having fun. But, like, yo, you're not, like...
No.
You're not a masculine skater. Like, you're not very aggressive.
Well, dude...
You want to be, but you're not.
And when you bring up those facts, dude, they get mad. They're like, well, there was a lady that just starved herself to death, and they're saying it's not related that she was pure vegan. You saw that?
I saw that.
Yeah, dude. Sure. And so they're
okay.
Yeah, right. I mean, she starved herself to death. That's all. You can't live.
She looks gross. She looks sick.
That's where we're headed, though, man. I mean, we're living in this just dumpster of an existence where we can't challenge. I believe this. I believe that men need to do men things and women need to do women things. Now, there is what does that mean? I don't think that means skateboarding, rugby. I don't think that women can play rugby with men.
Well, women can't play rugby. Women can't play men's rugby.
No.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's
just,
like
if
there's contact sports.
I'll murder Georgia Page.
Like,
you know
I mean, you
saying?
could.
Like,
I'm being
on a field.
I'm being very real. Like, if you take somebody who is like an amateur fighter, like a dude, he's like built. If you put him up against like somebody like Ronda Rousey is likely gonna lose.
Yeah,
and that's just a reality of the contact sports. But if you like pair, why couldn't they just pair women together in women's sports?
They don't want that.
I know it's our society wants it to not be that way.
Well, Alex Jones will tell you that they're putting gay frogs from the water. Gay frogs.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's a real thing. He just says it like a retard. But, it's like when Trump was like, I don't know why we can't just drink hand sanitizer. That was actually partially true. They were trying to make a vaccine, an oral vaccine that had the consistency
of viscous hand sanitizer. So that when you swallowed it, it would stick to your throat and it would cycle through your, the olfactory epithelium, where your nose drains into your throat. And so it would cycle through because COVID, it mainly festers in your nose. Like that's where it sticks and stays and gets you sick. So they had pitched this idea, and this was from the Joe Rogan episode with Dr. McCullough, that they had pitched this idea of like, what if we made like a hand sanitizer sticky goo-like substance and then you swallowed it? Well, then fucking Trump goes out there and is like, I don't know why we can't just take hand sanitizer. Well, then because the media blasted that idea, which was what they consider one of their best ideas, they had to scratch the idea altogether because there was no way that anybody was ever going to get off
any
of
acceptance for it at all.
Tony's over here smirking. Anthony, what do you think about that viscous?
I just think half the women down here would have no problem swallowing that shit. That's the only thing I can think about when he was talking.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say?
It's a lot of women would be down that. They can just chug that shit down the hatch. Slimy, Vicus, easy, done deal.
Vicus.
Dude.
And more important, raise men. Like, just raise good kids.
That's
man.
right.
Yeah.
And then be proud of being a father. You know, like, I don't know. Anything like I do, I feel like I'm more proud of what my children are becoming than anything else I've done. So like, I'll say, go follow my kids, Tansey fam. But I'm super proud of them. And I think other people should be, you know, proud of their kids. Like, you should be creating something. You know, I always tease the Jocko Willink, and it looks like he's a great father too. But what's the other dude, the black dude,
Jason
Goggins?
Wilson?
Goggins.
David Goggins. I thought you were talking about
like,
a
if
father
you take
figure
all
guy.
those speeches from those guys and apply it to parenting, man, imagine how incredible the next generation would be. If you cared as much about raising amazing human beings as you do your own abs.
Yep.
You know,
so true.
Imagine how amazing your kids could be if you spend as much time teaching your kids to do art or to build forts as you do making sure that the lines are perfect in your yard so that your neighbors think that you've got your shit together. Like, imagine how fucking awesome your kid would be.
Seriously. And I think our kids are the point. Like, they're coming after our children to blur these lines. I think as fathers, it's going to take men to actually put our foots down and start defining what a man is. And I think the end result of this whole episode of the struggles of being a man in 2023, and thank you, Eric, for coming on, is part of it is like, we need to have real men like Eric, myself, Tony, Elijah, you know, other guests that we've had. We need to have these discussions openly. It's not like, look, everything we talked about, we laugh, we joke, we talk about things, but unless we're openly talking about this and broadcasting it, it's getting snuffed out. Nobody wants to talk about what we just talked about. I mean, we do, we laugh and we joke about it. But Eric, the point here is that you're doing good things and it's measurable, right? You're raising a family. You've got strong human beings that are going to grow up with, and statistically speaking, they're going to have a fighting chance to be better people. And that's awesome because they have a dad.
Sure. And I think like accountability is something that we lack as men as well. Nobody's holding each other accountable. Like, we're celebrating our friends for cheating on their wives.
Yep.
You know, the guys that are working in the police departments, everybody's doing it, right? Everybody's squad has at least 2 guys cheating on their wives on the squad, and everybody knows it. And we spend more time joking with him about cheating on his wife, and then we'll dine with their wife and their kids.
Wow.
And act like we don't know. But we'll be like, yo, did you bag that chick when you left the bar last night? You know, we all fall into it. And, you know, I now that I have 5 kids, I understand what a healthy marriage is like, I understand what being a great father is about. You know, one of the big things I advocate is like, dude, we got to hold each other accountable, man. Like,
that's true.
It's not cool anymore. It's not cool to cheat on your wife. Like, I'm telling you right now, if you're in the Army and you're 24 years old, you're going to have feelings at the bar for another woman that's trying to grind up on your dick. You're gonna look at a chick's cleavage at the honky tonk when you're not with your wife and you're on TDY. That's gonna happen.
Yep.
But you know what's fucking cool, dude? Is when you look at the ceiling, you act like a gentleman, you call your wife, you have a beer, and you go home by yourself, and you talk to your wife on the phone.
Yep.
That's what being a man's about.
Dude, I agree with you, man. I think that accountability too, it's gone, it's lost. Our culture isn't holding anybody accountable to that. We're celebrating the recesses of humanity. Dude, just as we close, play this last clip of this guy because I think it ties it together.
Which one?
The dude talking about Neuralink.
We're going to use these technologies to fundamentally modify, alter the human species. And there's no stopping it. It will happen. And that's the Faustian bargain. In the process of upgrading our biology, of plugging our consciousness into the internet, for example, plugging our minds into the internet so that within 10, 15 years, many people will be surfing the net with their brains. That's a given. It's going to happen. That's Neuralink and other technologies that are developing concurrent with Neuralink. Human beings will be navigating the information highway with their brains rather than their fingers, as we do now, and touchscreens. We're going to be upgrading our biology. We're going to be uploading our collective consciousness online by interfacing directly with the internet through our brains, and we're going to be altering the genetic composition of the human species. And in doing all of this, we're going to be becoming the Ubermensch, the Overman. And in doing all of this, what we're going to lose as a result is our humanity.
Yep.
We're going.
That's so true, dude. And you know what? Ending like this, with me being a Christ follower, I know, read the book of Enoch. It's not one of the canonized things, but in the book of Daniel, it also talks about the melding, the mixing between iron and flesh, right? Iron and clay. We are heading into a time where they're pushing that on a conscious level. We are losing not just our sexuality, not just our masculinity, but our humanity. And we're giving it up at a rapid rate so that we can just be this blob.
So the last 10 to 15 minutes of this episode is where YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else is going to cut us off.
Yep.
So that's why we're trying to make a conscious push to Rumble. So enjoy this little video clip, this promotional piece. You can find the whole thing on Rumble. Go there. Also, download and listen to our podcast because we also don't get silence on there. But YouTube and Facebook hate us.
Yep.
So
check out Failure to Stop. It rocks. Thanks for coming on, Eric. Thanks, Tony. You guys rock. We're going to do man things. Well, women can fish too, but
women can't fish.
Yeah.
Swallow it.
Right ever.
3 men and 1
Scissorless.
this is called the lesbianus homoeroticus. Scissoring is for lesbians.
I'm moist.
Anthony's moist.